I need your attention up here so that I can introduce you to the big review. We are now finished with all of the content for AP Physics 1. Woo! Now we have
AP Physics 2, start.
And a little bit, right? In order to get you really, really ready. So I'm going to hand out my little review guidelines piece of information. I am absolutely and fully aware that many of you have other things going on throughout the next 2 weeks. I get it. It's spring. It's busy, busy, busy season, okay? But, right? I mean, stress, is that what you said? Stress level way up here?
Yeah.
Like, indeed it is. I totally get it. And I'm going to just lay a little bit more on you. But I'm going to lay it on you in a very systematic way. So hopefully it will not, cause more stress than you need. The reason that I'm doing this, though, is to get you ready. You know that the exam's coming. We've known the date for a long time. We've got a little bit of time left to go through everything else, okay? My goal and intention with this review is to get you exposed to as many AP Physics questions as I have access to, okay? Because it is my full belief that if you've seen everything, then anything they throw at you is not going to be a crazy curveball. And if it is, you've at least got everything of this in your back pocket so that you can kind of work with it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be throwing problems at you every day, and you're going to be working problems every day, and you're going to be getting them back to me every day so that we can have this kind of interaction, okay? I'm going to hand the thing out to you in just a second, but I want your full attention up here, which is why I'm telling you a few things before I hand it to you. I've learned how you guys work. The schedule is not negotiable. The schedule is static regardless of if you are in Iowa City or North Liberty, I guess, or in California, or if you are in Singapore, or if you are in I don't care where, okay? I don't think that's on your trajectory, but if it is, then you can talk to me and we'll make it work, okay? So I just want to make that really clear. The other piece that I want to make sure that you're aware of is that there are no givable to break cards in play for this period of time, okay? That's not going to be a thing. It doesn't work because otherwise it just doesn't work, okay? So that's what I want you to know. Would you send somebody from your table up to get a little half sheet for everybody? If you need me to give you a structure for doing that, let me know.
We can have like a final test in the class too.
We will have more things.
Yeah.
But
is it gonna be like
you will not take a final in this class.
I'll be like every day assignments.
You'll see. Yeah, just one second.
I love it.
All right. So friends, take a look at the sheet, the pink sheet that I've just given you or that you've just gotten from that generous person that got up. We're going to read this together because I want to make sure that it makes sense to you. Most days you'll be working on problems during the class period. I'll be giving you a set of AP questions every class period. The questions must be completed by the start of the following class period. We'll spend some time during class the next day going over answers, reviewing concepts, and things like that. Okay? Days marked with an asterisk on the calendar will be in class, timed, graded for response questions. All other days, the points will be awarded based on the completion of problems. So, as you know, I don't get things graded every day. I will tell you that my first few years of teaching AP, I did collect and grade every single day for all of my AP Physics kids. That was before I had children, okay? And it still almost killed me. And I love you guys a lot, but I'm not going to do that right now. It's just not going to happen. So I will have 2 of those, and the rest of it will be based on completion, and it will be based on whether you've given it a good effort, okay? Important. I mentioned this before, but I want to reiterate it. I don't want anybody to tell me you didn't know. No late work will be accepted for any reason during the review period. Again, if you're on Mars, we'll get some sort of 2-way link up so that we can get information. Okay, if you are in California, I know that you've got phones and they've got cameras, right? So you can send me stuff so that I see that you've got it. If you are in Kansas City, same. Okay? That's how it's going to roll. All papers are going to be graded or checked in and returned the next day if they're those early ones. Otherwise, you're going to get them. Answers are going to be up and available. So we're not going to do late stuff. There are 8 days of review. I'm going to give you 2 days for pass. So if you have a rough day, right, something comes up, you have a tennis meet, you have a concert, you have to babysit late, whatever it is, you'll get 2 pass days. Each day is going to be worth 5 points. Okay? I mentioned to a couple of people when they were in making corrections, they're like, oh my gosh, my grade is really suffering. 5 points per day.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. So don't screw it up, is what I'm trying to tell you. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I'm giving you a gift. Don't miss it. Okay? Graded sets will be worth about 10 points. So I will actually grade those for accuracy. Those ones will be done in class. Depending on the set, I may randomly choose, so I might not grade all of them. We'll just kind of see how that goes. It depends on the set. I would strongly recommend that you use your free passes for days that you may be unexpectedly absent. Oh my gosh, I'm sick, I'm throwing up, and I can't do physics while I'm like that's an awkward situation, right? Like, doesn't work very well, so that would be a good time to do it, okay? Or if you know you're gonna be absent, it's just not gonna happen because you have to da-da-da, okay? That's why I'm giving you those passes, so that we can keep this tight, okay? If you know you're gonna be absent, I know that a number of you will be absent at some point during this time, okay? You can get the questions and do them before you're gone, before you leave. Or you can, as I said, we can use technology. We can leverage that. That's fine with me. But remember that they have to be turned in by class start time on the day that they are due. Okay? Yeah.
So does that mean like if you're gone and it works better to do like more than one on one day, you can do that?
I don't care. Yes. And we'll talk about how we're going to have access to all of them in just a little bit too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. We'll get there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we have like set conferences and events.
Yes.
Finals and stuff.
Yes.
So-
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I will work with you to make it work, but you still have to get them in at least by that time.
Oh, yeah.
Central time, blah, blah, blah. You know, you get this,
We
right?
have a 7-hour tour day.
Yes. Yeah. So you'll need to make sure that you do it beforehand that day. Yep. You've got. So no late work, no bolt cards will be accepted. Okay. Everybody get that? Okay. Okay. All right. Turn it to the back. You can see the schedule. Oops, the schedule's on my different sheet here. All right. So I took the units that we've covered this year. This is our whole year right here in a nice little handy chart. Okay. You may remember that Unit 2 lasted a really long time, and that's because we were trying to do it and trying to get that foundation of physics, right? So we spent a lot of time on forces and acceleration, da-da-da. So we got it. That's all going to be what I'm calling review group A. Impulse, momentum, Newton's third law, and work and energy and power is B. Simple harmonic motion waves is C. And I put these 3 together. There's a lot of stuff in here, but it's also the most recent stuff we've done. Does that make sense? So I put those all in D together, okay? So this gives you a little bit of a lay of the land of what we've done this year. These are the book chapters. I put an asterisk here, and I meant to put it down here below, but not all of them do all of chapter, whatever. Like there's 4 here, 4 here, 4 there, right? So look back on Canvas to see. You all can have access to the old Canvas courses. And if you don't know how to do that, let me know and I can show you how, because it's really easy. You just have to tell it you want to see them. Okay, so you could see them. And then this review stuff goes with the calendar that I have down here. Okay? So today is the 24th. We're going to start review group A today. So today and tomorrow, I'm going to give you sets that are focused on, we can look, one-dimensional motion, forces and acceleration, etc. Okay? Tomorrow, I'll give you another set about that. And then Friday, I'll start with review group B. On Monday, we're going to have one of our in-class sets. So that's going to be like testing conditions. Okay? All free response questions on those testing days. Because I think that those are the most the thing that we need to practice the most. Okay? And then C, D, and then Monday we'll do what we need to do. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that setup make sense to people? Okay, go.
So the FRQs that we do in class, those are going to be in PowerSchool graded on accuracy?
Correct. Yes, so the 29th and the 2nd. This one, I'll tell you this later too, but this one's going to be kind of a free-for-all, whatever sounds fun, right? Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, so it may not be just that Group C stuff. We'll see, but go ahead.
What's planned for after the AP test?
We'll talk about that after the AP test. I've got lots of stuff. Don't worry. We'll do tons of physics, but Let's get through this first.
We dropped watermelons off the roof.
Don't worry about it right now. Yeah. All right.
When
Go,
you say
Courtney.
Passes, that means like, do those apply if we do terrible on the graded portion? Or like if you do everything if you do all the work, but you do like tank the graded portion? does it
Well-
apply or not?
It says no on those days.
No, I mean the pass days are just on the ones that you would bring in after school or like bring in the next day. Yeah. Yeah, but 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 points for that, 20 points there. Does that make sense? It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Yeah. Other questions about logistics, about this part that I have up here so far? Okay. So the next question that I have, because again, when I've done this in the past, well, I guess I should say, when I did for this for Physics B, I would copy out 3 problems for every day, and it was a lot of paper. So this is my now question for you, and I wanted your feedback on this because I don't know. So I copied off today's stuff. Okay. It's like, I mean, because it's big and because, they use a lot of space and there's a lot of blank space on these pages. I am happy to copy things on paper for you. I'm also happy to just post them up on Canvas for you. So think about that. And if you need to adjust, that's okay. But if you're okay with just seeing things on Canvas, the trees would thank you. If you would rather have them tangible in your hands and you will be here, does that make sense? Then I can give you paper copies. So I want you to think about that, and maybe I will take a little poll at the end just so I know how many copies I need to make for tomorrow, etc. Okay? My band friends that are leaving today during Liberty Time, I'm going to tag one of you to swing up here on the way out, and I will give you stuff on the way out, if that's okay. So we'll talk about that. And my friends that won't be here next week, we'll figure out your logistics then. Yeah.
So are you going to give us the Thursdays and Fridays work then?
I'm going to give you, yes, I will give you Thursdays and
And
Fridays.
that's all going to be due Monday?
Correct, when you get back. Yep, yep, yeah. You got a long bus ride, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Questions that you have for me before I throw some things at you? All right, cool. Let me turn this off here quick.